Come on, you mute time. Okay, good afternoon, class. I hope you can now all hear me clearly. Okay, Maureen, are you present? Please acknowledge if you can hear me, and can you see my slides? Okay, thank you. Welcome to.
Yes, madam.
Okay, now let's start our class this afternoon. This is Madam Jane Pauline taking you for maternal or child health. Today, our topic, we are going to talk about breastfeeding. Last week, we talked about importance of exclusive breastfeeding, and today we are going to look at the breastfeeding techniques. So on your screen, I believe we can all see a baby who is breastfeeding, and I think the baby is really enjoying the breast milk. Seeing the way he's even closed the eyes and suckling deeply. So our objectives today, by the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to explain the 4 key points of positioning. The learner should be able to describe how a mother should support her breast for feeding, demonstrate the main positions, which are sitting, lying, underarm, and across. Describe the 4 key points of attachment during breastfeeding. Describe the difference between good and poor attachment for a baby at the breast. And describe the difference between effective and ineffective suckling. And after all these, we should be able to assess a breastfeed. So when we look at the next slide, where we have a picture showing us the attachment, the positioning, and the suckling. Who can tell me what you can see in this picture? Can I have 1 or 2 people? Mm-hmm. Yes, true. And from this picture, we are able to see many things. If we look at the first photo, the small photos on your left, we see the mother is helping the child to attach to the breast. What you notice is the mother is not forcing the breast into the child's mouth. Instead, the child opens the mouth widely as the breast is there presented and attaches to the breast. Once the child attaches to the breast and we can see the position of the mouth, the child does not only suckle on the nipple, but you take in the whole breast, covering the areola. So you see the lower lips cannot be seen. And then in the third picture, we can see the child actually, it's like an x-ray where the nipple is inside the mouth and how the milk flows into the child's throat during suckling. And eventually we see a well breastfed child who is full and is able to sleep. When we look at the next slide, when we talk about the different positions, we know mothers can position their babies differently by the time they're breastfeeding. We have 4 main positions. Enoch, can you read for me the positions that you see on your screen? Okay, let me. Which other one can you see? Mm-hmm. And then we also have lying down. So the main positions that we have, there are 4 main positions. We have the cradle position, cross arm position, underarm position, and the lying down position. And then the other 2 that we can see are when we are breastfeeding twins. Sometimes we have mothers who have multiple babies. For the cradle position, this is whereby it's the default position that most mothers use when breastfeeding their babies, whereby you just hold them across your lungs and you attach them to the breast. The second position, which is cross arm, is whereby you cross your child under your arm by the legs, and the baby feeds on the opposite breast. So you find that you hold your arm over the baby's body, supporting the head with your palms, as the baby breastfeed on the opposite breast. And for the underarm position, the child goes under your arm and feeds on the breast on the same side where the child is under your arm. This is opposite of cross arm, where the legs are under the arm but feeds on the opposite breast. But here it's like up to the trunk, up to the waist goes under the arm. You support the baby's head and the child feeds on the same breast. Another position that mothers like mostly at night is the lying down. Sometimes you're so tired and the baby has woken up at night and needs to feed. So you feed the child while you're lying down. The baby lies next to you and you attach them to the breast. These other two is when we have the twins. The twins, you can use either the cross arm for the two children, or the underarm position. So each of them attaches to a different breast at the same time. So those are the positions we have. The next picture here we have shows us how the baby attaches to the breast. You notice that the baby does not suckle only the nipple, but the baby holds the breast up to the areola, which is the darkened part, and suckles on top of the breast. So the nipple goes deep inside the child's mouth and suckles, so milk goes directly into the throat when the baby is suckling. That will even help in the flow, to have more flow of breast milk. So in this picture, you can see some differences. Picture 1, if you can see, the baby has attached well, and in picture 2, the baby has only attached to the nipple, meaning even the flow, you see the nipple has not gone inside the mouth, which will make the flow of the milk to decrease. Here in attachment, that picture, the previous picture we saw, if I may go back, it was showing the inside like an x-ray. But here now we look at the outside. You can see the position of the mouth and the position of the lips. Where we have the good attachment in the first picture, the baby's mouth is wide open and it covers even the black part of the breast, the areola. But in the second picture, you find the baby is only holding the nipples and the baby is closed together, meaning even the mother who is breastfeeding is going to feel some pain because the nipple is being pressed instead of holding on the whole breast and the areola parts. So some of the results, like I've said, the mother can feel some pain. Some of the results that we might experience because of poor attachment, we have the painful nipples, we have damaged nipples, we have breast engorgement. Here is whereby the milk is full in the breast because you think the baby is suckling, but the flow is not flowing properly, so the milk is retained in the breast and the breast become engorged. We also have the baby being unsatisfied and cries a lot because they are not full. The baby also feeds frequently and for a longer time because they've not had enough milk going into their system. And then if the milk is not being well fed, then the milk production will also decrease and the baby eventually will fail to gain weight. Some of the reflexes that the baby has during breastfeeding, we have the rooting reflex, where when something touches the lips, the baby opens the mouth. So I said, you do not force the breast into the child's mouth, but with a reflex, once it is brought close to the mouth, the baby will automatically open the mouth, put the tongue down and forward, and attach to the breast. Then we also have a suckling reflex, whereby when something touches the baby's palate inside the mouth, the baby will start suckling. We also have the swallowing reflex. When the milk fills in the baby's mouth, the baby will swallow the milk. The skills of the mother during breastfeeding, the mother should learn how to position the baby, and the baby learns how to take the breast. So whenever we have effective suckling, a baby who is suckling effectively should be making slow, deep sucks with pauses, have rounded cheeks, release the breast when finished, and the mother should also notice the signs of oxytocin reflex, that is, the letdown of the milk. Up to there, do you have any questions? We also have, if you look at your LMS, there's a video on a baby suckling, whereby you can also see some of these, how the baby attaches naturally. The actual videos that were taken in the hospitals. So you can also check that in your LMS so that you're able to see more. If you do not have any questions, maybe we'll stop at that. I hope you enjoyed and you saw.
Yes, I enjoyed.
Okay. Thank you so much. The next time we are going to look at, to have some practical examples in the classroom. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you. So find time, join the LMS and see the videos that are there.